Good morning, everybody. It is Dr. Lisa coming to you from Tampa, Florida. Thank you so much for joining me with these daily updates. I am enjoying sharing the journey of being on the front lines as my over 6,000 patients in my primary care practice here in Tampa navigate the day-to-day, ever-changing environment of this COVID-19 pandemic. What I wanted to discuss today and share with you all is a common conversation that is coming up in my visits with patients at the office. It seems to me that all of us being in a place and time where outside energies have calmed down a bit are being met with the exact lessons that we need to learn. And I view it as an opportunity. So when we come out of this, and hopefully we won't go back to where we were, which was a bit of an unawake, ego-driven society that never calmed down. I'm hoping that we will be able to stay a little more present and stay a little more connected than we have been. But when we go back, we want to look back on this time and we want to ask a couple of questions. Number one, what did I learn when I had some time to think and connect? Number two, what am I going to do differently with those lessons? So I've found people, for example, a patient of mine who needed to use her voice, who's tried to speak up, sometimes effectively and sometimes not. And I'm going to try to clean this camera real quick. Let's see if that's better. There we go. That's better. She was met with an opportunity, because I like to call these examples and these situations that are happening to all of us in our homes opportunities, that her two demented in-laws had to move in because the caregivers at the facility could no longer take care of them. And what she found was extreme frustration and anger, and she was directing it towards her mother-in-law and towards her husband. And we had a chat that went deep, and I said, take this as an opportunity, go inside. Where could that anger be coming from? And how can you release it? So when you are navigating the next few weeks of this ever-changing landscape of this pandemic, more and more emotions like that are going to pop up, because we are going to have fear, as the media once again is going to be saying how a second wave is coming, and we have to be careful and prudent. And I do agree we need to face this sort of reintegrating very cautiously. I think continuing with social distancing, aggressive hand washing, all of the things that we have all been doing is going to be imperative. And our healthcare systems outside of maybe New York City are more than ready and able to handle whatever is going to come up. Hopefully, again, we will be pleasantly surprised that as we continue to take care of ourselves, we turn off mainstream media, we meditate, we eat, make healthier choices, that the risk of a bad outcome from an exposure is going to be minimal. So what I wanted to bring up today was just a couple of interesting points about a book that I love. So you guys can check it out. It's called The Heart's Code. The Heart's Code by Pearsall, Pearsall. And it's an incredible book that gets into the concept that we are all energy. And it talks about the power of our thoughts. And what struck me, a few of the points in that book that struck me the most, is that when transplanted organs get put into the recipient is connected to that person forever. Sometimes their cravings change. They suddenly love Mexican food when they didn't before. Sometimes they get vivid dreams. There have been reports of numerous people being able to actually solve the murder of some of the donor organs, which is kind of freaky, but actually really fascinating. And what this book gets into is the fact that the heart is all energy, and we know that because that's what an EKG is. It measures energetic frequencies coming out of the heart. And it dives deeper to say that this energy that comes out of the heart could potentially be the most powerful energy there is on this planet. And that we're here to learn how to navigate and balance between our brain, energy, and thoughts and our heart. So our heart energy is different from the brain in many ways because it actually can travel through things and long distances. This is how we can feel connected to someone when they're not even here, when we don't even know them that well. We feel that in our heart energy. We can be connected to just nature and universe. When you feel those feelings where you've ever gotten emotional outside just with the beauty of nature, that's your heart energy. We're supposed to be balanced, but in this day and age, we've gotten into a sort of egoic, patriarchal, control, money, time kind of energy that's more brain driven. And I think this pandemic, one of the gifts of it is that it's trying to connect us back into the heart energy. So check out the book, The Heart's Code. I think you will really, really have your brain and mind open. It will allow you to see different stories. He reports story after story of things that are difficult to explain logically, but they are signs and symptoms and connections that are happening when we tap into this energy. That's where our intuition is. It's where our empathy is. It's where our connection is. So as we go more and more into the heart, I think we're going to be seeing scientifically and proving in the future why this is true. The frequencies coming off the brain, they've measured range between 0 and 100. The frequency coming out of the heart is over 250. So we have been missing our greatest energy source when we stay up here in fear and constant thoughts that don't calm down and perseveration and thinking we're not enough. Where if we can tap into the powerhouse that is here of worthiness, of love, of connection, we will be unstoppable. And that's where I choose to focus during this pandemic, because the fear-mongering, even the virus itself, is frequency and energy. So if our frequency and energy is that of the heart, that's so high and positive and connected, it won't stand a chance to wreak havoc in any of our bodies. So I will leave you with an affirmation. I hope this was some eye-opening, different concepts, ideas. Check out the book if you want some more info. Drop me a message if you want to hear more of these kinds of conversations. And the affirmation for today is, I choose to live from my heart in love and connection. I choose to live from my heart in love and connection. Have a great day. Be well, connect to somebody you love today, and we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Bye for now.